Now, look, I've also had a look at this comparison to how other royals refer to themselves. And you know, like you said, Prince Anne's children don't carry royal titles and they're very much carrying on normal lives. Now, is this just about convention and proximity to the throne, or is it also about the realities of modern royal life?
I think it is a bit of both. Obviously, at the time that Princess Royal Anne's children were born, her children just were not eligible to use the title of Prince and Princess. And so that was the status quo in the royal family. But there is also a lot of it's very difficult to live as an active member of the royal family. You're effectively in a glass fishbowl, which is one of the things that Meghan and Harry pointed to. So you do want to give your children that option to live a normal life that you can. Zara Tindall, for instance, has many patronages, and she's a very much loved member of the royal family, but she's also a very normal person and a normal private individual. And so it is nice for her and other sort of less senior members of the royal family to have that option. I think that's something that didn't really click with Meghan and Harry, because I think living as private, quiet members of the public was not something they ever really envisaged or wanted.
Now, Esther, we had a great laugh a couple of weeks back about the South Park parody of the Sussexes. This week, it's Chris Rock having a go in his latest Netflix special. Here's what he had to say about those racism claims.
They're so racist, they're so racist. Some of that he went through was not racism. It was just some in-law because she's complaining. I'm like, what the she talking about? No, they're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know.
Esther, is Chris Rock right here? Are we talking about general curiosity rather than general racism, or maybe a bit of both?
Well, I often say that there are three sides to every story. There's one side, the other side, and the truth. So we'll never actually know the nature of the interaction, this mysterious interaction that Meghan and Harry had with this mysterious member of the royal family that they still refuse to name, but is somehow a callous racist. I think in all likelihood, it was more curiosity than anything, because it's not unusual for people to wonder what their children would look like, particularly in an interracial relationship. I know that if I had a child with someone who was not of my race, my family would be curious what the child would look like. But I also think it highlights a bigger issue, which is that a lot of the times it seems like this couple moves in bad faith. I think for them to make such allegations, knowing how sensational they will be and how much they could have the potential to paint the royal family as racist, when most people think actually it's pretty normal to wonder what a child would look like, especially as a result of an interracial relationship, just shows that the couple didn't really have very positive or good images of the royal family in general. Because if not, they wouldn't have done this, or at least they would have been more careful in the words that they use, as opposed to letting such rumours about the royal family's alleged racism proliferate for over 2 years, which is so awful and I'm sure has caused members of the royal family extreme distress.